Hi, I am your Tally Guru Abhijit Joshi, and this is Skilled Prime User, a unique course designed to train you on the use of Tally Prime. A few video lessons ago, we discussed purchase, sales, receipt, and payment vouchers in Tally Prime. These vouchers can be entered in Tally Prime using different modes. This is the payment voucher type. We will now change the voucher type. We will select the purchase voucher time. Here we will either press the function key F9 on the keyboard or we will click on this button. We can now see that the voucher is now purchase. Name of the voucher appears here. We can see that here the title is name of item. Obviously, this form of purchase allows us to enter the list of stock items of goods purchased. And so this mode of entering the purchase voucher is called the item invoice mode. In Tally Prime, this is the default mode of entering a purchase voucher. If this title, name of item, does not appear here, we will have to set it to the item invoice mode. Do so, we will have to click on the change mode button. The shortcut key for the same is Ctrl+H. We will now click on this button. Here we can see the various modes of entering the purchase voucher. We can now select the item invoice mode. In this field, we can enter the name of the supplier from whom we have purchased the goods. If we are entering the supplier's name here, it means that we have purchased these goods on credit. In case of a cash purchase, we will select the cash ledger here. As I said earlier, if we purchase goods on credit, we will have to specify the name of the supplier here. Here, we will specify the purchase ledger. As mentioned earlier, the purchase ledger is used to maintain all accounts related to purchases. In this part of the voucher, we can specify the name of stock items, their quantities, and their purchase rates. This way, we can enter multiple stock items purchased at one time. Upon completing the list, leaving the last stock item blank indicates the end of the stock item entry. In the third part, we can enter additional costs, discounts, and taxes associated with the purchase. This is a very convenient and easy way of entering the purchase voucher. People with no prior accounting knowledge can easily enter vouchers without needing to know which ledger to debit or credit. However, for our understanding, the purchase account will be debited along with additional costs and taxes, while the supplier's ledger will be credited. For students without an accounting background, I want to assure you that we will be discussing debits and credits in detail later in the course. Akash, can you tell me, suppliers are grouped under sundry creditors or sundry debtors?
Is it sundry creditors?
Yes, correct. Now tell me, what is the shortcut key to change mode?
Sir, it is Ctrl+H.
Very good. Do you have any doubts?
No, sir.
Shall we continue?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Purchases can mainly be categorized into the purchase of goods and the purchase of services. The purchase of services refers to the act of acquiring specific services from a provider in exchange for payment. For examples include hiring a consultant, subscribing to software services, or contracting maintenance work. No stock items are involved with such a transaction. So, to enter the purchase of services, we will click on the change mode and select accounting invoice. Notice that, in this form, the stock item title has been changed to particulars. In the party account name field, we will enter the name of the supplier from whom we have received the services. Under particulars, we will enter the ledger name of the services received. These ledgers will be grouped under indirect expenses. Usually, only one service is associated. Then, the taxes associated with the services can be entered. Upon entering this type of voucher, the supplier's ledger will be credited, while the expenses and tax ledgers will be debited. You may have noticed that while entering a voucher, prior knowledge of which ledger to debit or credit is not required. However, for those who prefer to enter vouchers using debits and credits, the As Voucher mode can be used. In order to select the mode, we will click on the button or use Ctrl+H and select As Voucher. On the left side of the voucher, the ledgers are selected, and the amounts are entered as either debit or credit. Tally Prime will not accept the voucher until the total debits and credits match. I can definitely say that the first two modes of entering purchase vouchers, item invoice and accounting invoice, are widely used. If you've understood this so far, shall we move forward and discuss the modes of entering the sales voucher type?
Yes, sir.
Good. To select the sales voucher type, we will either click on the button or we will press the function key F8 on the keyboard. Here too the default mode is the item invoice. If you notice, the structure of this mode closely matches the structure of the purchase invoice. The only difference here is instead of the supplier's ledger, we will specify the customer's ledger or the cash ledger. If it is a credit sales, we will select the name of the customer or else we will select the cash ledger. Below the party account is the sales ledger. Just like the purchase ledger, we will use the sales ledger to record all sales transactions. In the second part of this voucher, we can enter the list of stock items sold along with their quantities and selling rates. In the third part, we can enter a list of ledgers for additional costs incurred, any discounts given, and the taxes associated with the sales. Upon entering the voucher, the customer's ledger or the cash ledger will be debited, while the sales account, additional costs, and taxes will be credited. As we can see, the title here is Name of Item. This indicates that it is an item invoice. Similar to the purchase voucher, the sales voucher also has an accounting invoice mode. We can click the change mode or press the Ctrl+H and select accounting invoice. This mode can be used to record services provided to our customers. At the top, in the party account name field, we can select either the customer's ledger or the cash ledger. Under particulars, we can specify one or more services rendered to the customer. Regarding the posting of this voucher, the customer's account will be debited, while the income accounts, along with taxes and other charges, will be credited. Like the purchase voucher type, the sales voucher also has the mode as voucher. To change the mode, we will now press Ctrl+H and then select as voucher. Exactly like the purchase voucher, the left side is used to specify all the ledgers, while the right side is used to enter the corresponding debit and credit amounts. It is important to note that this voucher will only be accepted when the total debits and credits match. If everything is clear, shall we continue?
Yes, sir.
Shilpa, can you tell me the three modes of entering purchase and sales vouchers?
Sir, the first is the item invoice, then accounting invoice, and the last one is as voucher.
Perfect. Let's now move to the receipt voucher. To select the receipt voucher, we will click on this button. The receipt voucher has two modes. The first one is the single entry mode and the second is the double entry. By default mode is the single entry one. At the top is the accounts field and below it is the particular section. The money is either put in the cash box or the check is deposited into the bank. This type of entry is made using the receipt voucher. In the account field, we will either select the cash ledger or the name of the bank where the check will be deposited. In the particular section, we will select either the name of the party from whom we have received the funds or the ledger of the income account. For example, if we receive a check from a customer for the sale of goods, we will select our bank account in the account field and the customer's name in the particulars. Now you all are learning Tally Prime and you have paid fees. Have you?
Yes, sir.
I guess Dinesh has not yet paid the fees. When are you paying?
No, sir. I have paid it.
But Shubhangi madam was telling me that you have not yet paid your fees.
No, sir. I've paid the fees on 9th and madam has given me the receipt for the same.
Sorry about that. I know you have paid the fees. Actually, I wanted you to say the word receipt. Madam has provided you with documentary evidence in the form of a receipt, which proves that you have paid the fees. Now, let us take another example. As you can see in the workplace, many keyboards and mouse stop working, and we dispose of them as scrap. The person who collects the scrap gives us cash in return. In order to record this transaction, at the top in the accounts, we will select the cash ledger, and in the particular, we will select the ledger income from scrap. Is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Now, like the purchase and sales vouchers, the receipt voucher also has the double entry mode. We will click on change mode and then select the double entry mode. Exactly like the sales and purchase vouchers, on the left side, we will be able to select the name of the ledger, and on the right side, we will post the amounts on the debit and credit sides. The voucher can only be completed when the total debits and credits match. We will now select the payment voucher. To do so, we will click here or press the function key F5 on the keyboard. Like the receipt voucher, the payment voucher also has two modes of entering the voucher. If you note, the payment voucher resembles the receipt voucher. At the top, in the Accounts field, we can select either the cash or bank account, as the payment will be made either in cash from the cash box or by issuing a check from our bank account. Now, in the particular section, we will select the party's ledger to whom we have made the payment or an expense ledger. For example, if a supplier has provided us with goods or services, we will enter the supplier's name in this field. Another example is when we pay the electricity bill, we will select the electricity expenses ledger. More than one ledger can be added in the particular section. We will now change the mode of the payment voucher by clicking here and selecting the double entry mode. Like all the vouchers we have discussed so far, the double entry mode accepts ledgers on the left side and their corresponding debits and credits on the right side. It is important to note that the voucher will only be accepted once the total of debits and credits match. In this video lesson, we have provided a basic overview of how different modes of vouchers work. In the upcoming video lessons, this concept will become clearer as we record accounting entries in the vouchers. Can we end this lecture for today?
Yes, sir.
In the next video lesson, we will learn about the contra voucher, the credit note, the debit note, and journal entries, which are mainly used for making adjustments. To view the video lesson, you will have to scan the QR code on page number 17. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.